Good morning, I'm Neva Manu, and this is your morning news fix for Thursday, 21st of March. In this update, a Christchurch high school has decided to close early this week after 2 earthquake-prone blocks were discovered. Draft seismic assessments reveal blocks I and J at Burnside High School sit below the new building standards earthquake rating requirements following a change in guidelines in 2017. Principal Scott Haynes says the blocks are allowed to stay open in the short term, but they preferred to be cautious.
What we didn't want to happen was to share this news and then have the expectation of students returning to those buildings and having anxiety.
The school will reconfigure classes and reopen on Monday. A briefing to Transport Minister Simeon Brown is suggesting the possibility of Kiwi Rail stepping back from providing Cook Strait ferry services. State-owned Kiwi Rail, which runs the Inter-Islander ferries, had been expecting 2 new mega ferries until Finance Minister Nicole Morris pulled the plug, citing ballooning costs. Now Ministry of Transport officials are set to investigate how the market would respond if Kiwi Rail were to exit Cook Strait operations. And it's also floating the idea of government subsidies for ferry operations. Confirmation the death of a 30-year-old Christchurch woman who exited a moving vehicle was accidental. Nicole Morris died from a head injury in February 2017 after getting out of a car driving 40 kilometres an hour during an argument. Emily Ansell has more.
Despite no evidence of foul play, her parents initially believed she was pushed. However, Coroner Sue Johnson says following evidence from police investigations and witnesses, she's confident Nicole jumped to remove herself from the confrontation. Johnson says she'd done the same thing earlier that day.
Embattled vacuum retailer Godfrey's is set to close all of its stores after it failed to find a buyer. PwC took over operations earlier this year when it entered voluntary administration, but despite 6 offers for the business, none was viable. Godfrey's operated 141 stores, employing 600 people across New Zealand and Australia. A phased closure of all stores is underway through till the end of May. There was a partial clearing for New Zealand's latest carbon auction. It follows 4 previous auctions which completely failed because the government couldn't sell any units. New Zealand picked up roughly $190 million at the latest auction, but left 550,000 credits on the table. Salt Funds Director Paul Harrison says it's because there's no demand for units.
The market didn't really need the extra units that were supplied into it. We've certainly seen the Climate Change Commission recommend that the government wind back the amount of units it's making available.
In sport, golfer Ryan Fox is recovering from a virus that curtailed his hopes at the PGA Tour's Players' Championship. Brad Shields can finally add to his 104 Hurricanes appearances when he plays against the Rebels in Palmerston North tomorrow night after recovering from a foot injury sustained in Super Rugby pre-season. A boost for the Phoenix women who have beaten Adelaide United 4-0 to keep their A-League football playoff hopes alive. And Brisbane will be without prop Payne Haas for up to 6 weeks in league's NRL due to knee surgery. I'm Neva Manu. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at midday from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.